Hello and welcome to this new video. At the time of writing the script, I honestly still have no idea how exactly this video will be structured, but it will probably end up being a 2 or maybe even 3 part series. But let me start from the beginning. It's December 5th, 2025 when I started this trip, and I have quite a few things planned. And yes, I actually recorded this video more than 3 months ago. I had to get up at 5 am since I wanted to leave around 6 in the morning. I already packed my travel bag and all the items I needed the day before and headed to the station with it. The problem is it's really heavy because I brought my whole streaming setup with me. Maybe some of you even saw the stream I did from my accommodation on the second day of this journey. If not, I link it up here in the corner in case you want to see some behind the scenes information about the trip. My first stop was in Hachioji station. There I had to wait for around half an hour until I could transfer to the Azusa Limited Express heading towards Matsumoto. It was my first time riding the E353 series. I often see them passing by at my local train station, but this was like the first time I took it. And I have to say, it's a really nice train, especially because I ended up sitting in first class, the green car. The reason for that was quite simple. When I bought my ticket a few days earlier, all the window seats in the normal cars were already taken. And since I really wanted a window seat, because first I wanted to film the journey, and second because I simply enjoy looking out of the window, I decided to pay the extra fee for the green car. But I have to say, the premium seats at least were really good. When I boarded the train, there was a Japanese salaryman sleeping in the seat next to mine. So I couldn't get to my seat without waking him up. He didn't seem too happy about it, and that mood kind of affected me as well. But once he and many other passengers got off in Yamanashi, my mood improved quite a bit. Now that I had free access to the aisle, I could also explore the train a little. One thing I was especially curious about was the connection between the two train sets. So I walked almost through the entire train to check it out, because the green car section was pretty far from it. Unfortunately, I recorded those clips in vertical format for some reason, so I hope you can still get a decent impression of what the train looked like inside. At one point I also recorded a little bathroom review. I'm not sure if that clip will make it into the video, but if you're hearing this now, I guess it did. But I think there are like multiple bathrooms, some are like a big one and some are small one, and this looked like a pretty small one actually. The scenery during this ride was really beautiful, but I spent most of my time working through my Anki flashcards. After about 2 hours on the Azusa, I finally arrived in Matsumoto, my first stop on this trip. And to be honest, at this moment I almost regretted taking this trip. I don't even remember exactly why. I just wasn't in the best mood. But there was one main thing I wanted to do in Matsumoto. Visit Matsumoto Castle. Even though it was winter and the weather wasn't perfect, the castle grounds were still really beautiful. The castle itself was also amazing, but unfortunately I couldn't take many photos or videos inside because filming wasn't allowed in many areas. I walked around the area for a bit, and by that point my mood had improved a lot. I think the castle played a big role in that, but I also found several other spots in the city that I really liked. After that, there was only one more thing I wanted to do in Matsumoto: get something to eat. So I went to the famous curry chain Koko Ichibanya. At that point I had technically finished everything I wanted to do in Matsumoto, but there was one problem that would also cause some trouble the next day. At some point during the train ride earlier, I had lost my mobile internet connection. Because of that, I was forced to rely on station Wi-Fi and other public networks to look up travel information. Otherwise, I might run into problems later. I already noticed the issue when I was looking for the curry restaurant. I accidentally closed Google Maps and had to walk several hundred meters back towards the station just to download the route again. So from that point on, I had to plan everything very carefully, making sure to gather all the necessary information I needed before leaving the Wi-Fi covered area again. But for now, my time in Matsumoto was finished and I could continue my trip. However, I first had to wait for my next train. Trains on the Oito line only run around once per hour, and that was my next connection. At the platform, I spotted another really cool looking train and I even thought it was mine, but unfortunately it wasn't. My train was on the opposite platform and I didn't even get any photos of it. I still don't know why I didn't took any, maybe I was in a rush or something. Still, the atmosphere inside the train was really nice. Most of the passengers were tourists, people were quietly chatting, taking photos and videos and enjoying the scenery. The landscape outside was really beautiful. The train traveled through a valley with mountains on both sides that seemed to get closer and closer the further we went. I also started to notice snow on the fields outside. I had checked the weather forecast earlier and it was supposed to snow later that day, so I kept wondering if there would already be snow at my final destination. In Shinano Omachi station, we had to transfer to another train heading further north, and that train ride is something I will probably never forget. It was a one-man operated train with only 2 cars if I remember correctly. The atmosphere inside was still great, but now the train was running deep through the mountains. There was more and more snow outside, and eventually it even started snowing heavily. Riding a retro-looking train through snowy mountains, mostly on single-track railways. That feeling was honestly incredible. Many passengers were doing the same thing I was, taking photos and videos. At the rear cab window, people even took turns filming the track behind the train. It was such a beautiful experience. After about 2 more hours, I finally arrived at my destination for the day, Hakuba. Using the station Wi-Fi, I navigated to my accommodation, which was only about 100 meters from the station. After receiving a welcome coffee, I went to my room and unpacked everything I needed. And that's it for the day, and also for this video. Oh, wait, actually, that's not quite everything. Apparently, Real Life Vento still wants to say something. So I guess we'll continue here later, but for now, that's it. Okay guys, now a live recording. It's time for a room tour. Oh shit, there's a mirror. I've just noticed that. Oh shit, it's gonna make things a bit harder. So, I arrived in Hakuba, like my first stop for the night, or like the first night, like first place where we spend the night. I try to speak a bit more quiet because there are other people here and the walls are like Japanese style, so they're really thin. I hope I don't leak myself, that there's like no major mirror inside besides that behind me. So yeah, so I think you all have seen like the clips until now, like the pictures and my narrating, like my off-camera speaking and like things like that, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video until now. Oh, there's a power socket. Yeah, so the trip was wonderful. I think on the the voiceover, I'm just like saying how wonderful this is and how beautiful everything is and so. But like now my live reaction is definitely even better. Like at first at Matsumoto Castle, it already was pretty cool and nice. Then I think the city at first I thought, it's okay, but nothing special. But when I visited the garden around the castle and I entered the castle, it was really beautiful. You probably have already seen that, so I'm not gonna go too in depth about it. Same as the train ride, I booked the green car, which I already told probably. Also really nice. Yeah, I don't want to say too many things. Like on the train ride to here, it was really nice. Like basically most of the people were tourists coming to this place. It was it was pretty quiet, but all people were like speaking quietly with their neighbors and taking pictures of the snow. And since it's a one-man train, you could like film from behind, or you could really good film from behind, which was also really nice, like the rear view of the train. And especially the train only goes like every 2 hours, which is a bit inconvenient. But besides that, like it was only a 2-car train and it felt so nice. It was such a nice feeling, like going with the train in which it was like really warm, like all the people just enjoying themselves through the snowy mountains and snowy woods and forests. It was such a nice feeling. And yeah, like this is like my room for the night. We have like a heating, we have like my baggage with half of it is my laptop and streaming setup, which is really heavy and inconvenient. But since I probably want to stream here from tomorrow, like from Saturday, but not from here, but from my other room. So yeah, we have light. We have a small table here with my face mask, some other things, my room, some water, some light. I'm not gonna leak do I have leaked the Wi-Fi password? I don't hope so. So I have my bed. Of course, I'm sleeping on the floor again. And here I have like a small, how do you call it? Is it called Wintergarten in English? Like in German, it's like Wintergarten, like a, yeah, you see like there's the room, and in front of the room there's another small room where you can sit and like watch outside. It's pretty hard for you to see something. I mean, the view is not that great, just some streets and some snow on the streets. But still, yeah. What am I gonna do tomorrow? I want to explore here this area, explore the snow, like just go like doing some walks or something like that. Yeah, I think that's basically it, but since you will probably see that, I will not speak too much about that. Yeah, and I will also speak about it tomorrow in the stream, so definitely come check it out. If you see this video, I'm probably already back in Austria, so since like my speed is really bad. I try to get some work done today actually to cut some videos. Yeah, but it's already 4 minutes long this clip, so I think that was enough. You have seen enough, so until tomorrow. So now I'm back. I hope you really enjoyed this video, even though I personally think that the next 2 days of this trip were even more impressive. So look forward to part 2 and 3. Thanks for watching and see ya, bye bye.